In Psalms chapter 69, verse 1 states, in an appeal for divine help with variation in wording across different translations, most commonly stating, "Save me, O God, for the waters have come up to my neck." The verse is the opening of Psalms of Lament, where the psalmist describes being overwhelmed by troubles, like being in deep sinking waters, and expresses weariness and a desperate need for God's intervention. Psalm 69 is a lament. Psalm primarily a prayer by King David expressing deep suffering, persecution, and a cry for salvation from overwhelming troubles, likened to drowning in a flood. If described David's personal anguish from enemies who attack him due to his zeal for God, leading to compassion of sin, and plea for God's vindication and justice. The psalm ends with praise and trust in God, and the New Testament interprets its themes, particularly the suffering, as a prophecy fulfilled in the life of Jesus Christ. And we will give thanks for the Lord that He's always there to save us. This is more explanation about this verse. Drowning in despair. The psalm opens with David's distress, using vivid imagery of being overwhelmed by water and sinking in the deep mire to describe his overwhelming sorrow and persecution and Paul's accusation. David laments being attacked and shamed by enemies who hated him for his zeal for God, even as he confessed his own sin. It's more explanation if you deep down in this verse. The Psalm 69 explains everything. Urgent cry for salvation. The central purpose of the psalm is David's fervent prayer to God to rescue, save, and deliver him from his predicament and persecution against enemies. David asked to God to bring judgment and retribution upon his merciless persecutors. Praise, despite that suffering, because of those kind of situation, the psalm concludes with a song of joy and praise, expressing trust that God will hear his prayer, will ultimately bring